Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to our first video. My name is Kevin with KB Sports Cards. Tonight we want to just talk a little bit about old school card collecting versus or going into new school card collecting. Myself, I collected cards back in the 80s, mainly baseball cards. Had quite a collection up till about 7 years ago, only to find out I was disappointed in the card values, so I decided to sell off my baseball cards. I did, however, still have a small basketball, football, and very small hockey collection that has been stored away up until most recently, to which about 2 weeks ago I decided to get back into the sports cards, of which I decided to go into basketball and strictly basketball for right now. What I'd like to do is just show you a few of my old school cards and how it started to transition into new. In further videos later on down the road, we'll get into a bit more specifics of our card collection, what's hot for us, and what we're seeing. We're trying to transition it because there's a lot of old school collectors out there that are starting to get back into it, but maybe they don't have the funding like you see on some of the other YouTube videos where they're spending hundreds or thousands of dollars for a card. We're bringing it down just a little bit more caliber and showing you some of the lower end stuff you can get but still get your value for it. So let's get started. First off, what we've got here is most recently that I've got in is Allen Iverson. Obviously an upcoming Hall of Famer. I got to watch him when he was in college playing at Georgetown University, and then obviously getting drafted in the NBA for the 76ers. I'll just show you a couple of those. Here's another most recent one that I got in here as well, an Upper Deck. Very nice looking card. We'll get in and talk about grading. I didn't have grading back when I was a kid. It was very simple. Here's a nice Kobe Bryant rookie card, Topps. Looks like it's pretty well centered from what I'm understanding on as far as centering goes. We probably will look into getting that graded later on as well. And then we get into another Hall of Famer that was inducted yesterday, is Kevin Garnett. Another great player. Drafted into Minnesota Timberwolves. Later on went to win championship game with the Boston Celtics. Next one, Kevin Durant. You know, he's been out injured, but definitely a Hall of Famer, up and coming. We'll see what he does when he plays for the Nets next year. But I did grab a couple of his cards now because we do know that those are going to go up in value. And then we transition also into Anthony Davis, rookie, who is now with the Lakers, but another Hall of Famer definitely. And this one's a limited 5/599. And then we get in today. So if what you see is a transition of some old school of Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, going into Anthony Davis and Kevin Durant, to now your future up-and-comings to me. I'm very big on Jason Tatum. I have a lot of those. Maybe one of these other videos I'll show you some of the collection I have with Jason Tatum. We have RJ Barrett. I know he's kind of a sleeper, I think, because he's with the Knicks. But I definitely think that he's got the talent. Prior to Zion Williamson coming in the picture, he was probably the #1 pick for the NBA draft. If Zion wasn't in the picture, there's a nice rookie optic card. I actually like the optics better than the prisms myself personally. And then my most prized one here that I got just recently is this Trae Young with a multicolor with a select. I actually have a pretty good collection of Trae Youngs, and I'll continue to collect Trae Youngs because I'm very high on him as well. What I would like to do is, since those are that, I know it's talking a little quick, is just point out that our Instagram page is up there. You can always subscribe to that. We'll put some extra cards up during the week, pictures, get your thoughts and ideas. If you have any ideas what you'd like to discuss, don't forget to put that down in the comments. What I'd like to do is have Brennan step in as show you some more of the new school collecting.
Hey everyone, so my name is Brennan and I'm the other half of KB Sports Cards. So I just recently started collecting sports cards. I saw Gary Vee on Instagram kind of putting on sports cards and kind of talking about them. So I decided that I should probably get into some of that too, and kind of started to like it and kind of started to like some of the card designs and some of the players. So I've been picking up some new cards and just kind of getting my feet wet into the game, I guess. So I started picking up a lot of Rui Hachimura's. He's not too good of a player, but he was like 5th in the Rookie of the Year rankings, so I kind of figured he might be a good long-term pickup. And then I got Cam Reddish, which he was just kind of came in a lot. And then I got Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton seems like a pretty good point guard to me. I got the card for like $1, so I think it'll probably, it can't hurt to hold it. And then I got some Tyler Hero. And then some Kobe Whites. And then John Morant. John Morant's my personal favorite. I've got quite a bit of his cards and definitely looking to get some more, but I think he's definitely a really good pickup and kind of overshadowed by Zion a little bit, I think, too. And then I got Marco Fultz. I really like the design of these cards. I'm a big fan of Optic as well, so definitely looking to pick up some Optics. I don't really have any Prisms, so Kyle Kuzma, another good player. And then I have one Luka card, don't have too many Lukas, and I have one Trey card. So definitely looking to get more of them maybe, but just kind of stepping in as I go. And then I got Donovan Mitchell. Donovan's cards are pretty cheap right now, so I got a couple more of those in the mail right now. And then I got Devontae Graham. I found this card for cheap and thought it was pretty cool. So that's kind of my start to my collection, sort of just getting my feet wet with it, kind of seeing how things go. But some are for long term, some we're kind of just picking up and reselling when we can to kind of start building our collection to bigger cards. So I guess that's kind of a little bit about what we're doing, and yeah, so
Yep.
that's
That's about it. I know it's short and sweet, guys, but we're just trying to branch into it. Of course, we've seen others on there, PSA card collector there, talking about usually your first video is your worst video. But we do want to branch out and talk about different things, different ideas, but maybe for the low-end collector, and I say low-end as far as financial, a lot of people can't afford these $15,000 or $6,000 cards. We're going to show you some of these lower-end cards that you can still collect and hold on to, and now we're seeing it with these veterans that are getting in the Hall of Fame and watching their cards skyrocket, even some of their low-end cards. So there's definitely a good investment there, especially if you're looking into flipping. You can still flip cards. Even with this COVID-19, we'll talk about grading. Like I said, grading's new for me. I'm an old school collector. We're very simple and basic back then, and now things seem to be getting not necessarily complicated, but a little bit more interesting, so there's a lot more value there. So we appreciate it if you do tune in, share with your friends. We'd like to answer your questions, and if you have a topic to talk about, please let us know. We'd be happy to touch on that topic also. So thank you.
Yes, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.